Hi Virgo, welcome to your weekly tarot reading with me, Raphael Ray from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. So, I would like to say firstly, happy birthday! I hope you're having a great one. And I hope this week brings you something, make a birthday wish. I hope it brings you some kind of blessing. So, into both of these decks, I would like to call in all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I hope that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, the destiny of this week. What is the overarching theme that you need to know? What is the most prominent message that tarot has to deliver to you? The Emperor. Okay, this is awesome. So the Emperor represents commitment. It talks about your ability to be committed to something. It talks about your ability to rule your world, your own personal world, because this card represents authority. Now, Justice represents the law itself, whereas the Emperor represents the authority. It represents you becoming the authority. It represents people looking to you for inspiration. The Emperor is like, he's higher than a king. And what I always say to people when I see the King in tarot come up for somebody, or when I see this card, certainly, the Emperor will have advisors. They will have people that guide them, that, like a sounding board for them, that will question their judgment so that that person can question their judgment. But the final decision is always his. The Emperor represents the authority, the ability to mete out justice as he sees fit. And this isn't about being a tyrant. This is a very powerful card. It's represented by the sign of Aries, which, is all to do with being the leader. It's all to do with being at the forefront. It's all to do with being in charge and in control. And this is very much the energy that is kind of coming forward to say, what is it that you value? And what is it that you are truly able to commit to? What is it that you are deciding this week is for you, and that you are going to go for, that you are going to make a success? Now, the interesting thing about this is this card often foretells marriage, because it represents the authority, but more importantly because it represents the commitment. And this talks about, what you can be, because Aries rules the mind, and this is about the conscious effort, the conscious direction of your thought, of your mental energy, and not just of the thought itself, but of the conscious physical energy. What am I going to direct all of my personal force towards? What am I going to, put my actions towards? How am I going to make my actions right this week? How am I going to achieve that? Now, the number 4, as the Emperor is numbered, is its stability, its foundation, its organisation. It's ruled by Saturn, and so therefore it talks about having to be committed, because Saturn, and I say this all the time, Saturn will give you what you want. It will even give you the tools that you need to achieve what you want. But what it asks for is the work. And there is probably only one other sign that does the work as well as you do, and that I would say is Capricorn. Virgo is meticulous. You are hard working. You have a great work ethic. You have a need and a thirst for knowledge, and a pure need and a thirst for knowledge. You guys want to know about the details of things for the sake of wanting to know about the details of things. You're generally and genuinely interested in what it is that you do, whatever your field may be. That's why a Virgo is able to succeed so well. That's why Virgos are so equipped and adept at learning, because the hunger and the passion for that learning, and the need to understand the nitty-gritty, the detail and the whole picture of something is so great within them. And it's represented by the Virgin, and Virgins are pure. It's the intent is pure. This is saying that you have that, that you want this, you want this you want this understanding, you want this knowledge. And when you see this card, this is what it says to me. This is about you getting committed. This is about you getting focused and putting your wholehearted and whole your whole, what's the word, your whole energy, like all of your energy is now being focused towards this one goal, this one thing that you want. Okay, your direction. What is the thing that fleshes this out for you? How does this best, how is it best utilized? Wow. So there you go. That's how this is best utilized for you. This is how you best utilize it. You get committed, you work hard, you work your socks off, and know that you will achieve what it is that you want. This week, do find some way to chill the mind. Don't overdo it and be so totally in your head and so totally forceful, because don't forget you've got Mercury you've got Mars and Venus now. Mercury, Mars and Venus all starting to move into your sign. Plus you've got the Sun there as well. This is a massive conjunction. What this tells me is that this week you have a brand new aspect and a brand new understanding of life. You have a brand new outlook on things, and more importantly, you can make some real headway. This is about you choosing one specific goal this week and being really, really single-minded and really committed to achieving it. This is you becoming an authority in your own right, but more importantly, in your own life. You have the Emperor and you have the Emperor. You've got 2 fours. So this is the organisation, the structure, the doing things the correct way. Doing things by the establishment, by the rote, because this card also represents the institutions. Not like the High Priest. The High Priest even is it's society, it's the structured religion and all of that stuff. Whereas the Emperor is the institution itself. It's the rules of the institution. This is you playing by the rules, and you guys do that very well. So you've got the 4 there in terms of the numerology, which is blessing you with the foundation. It gives you the firm, solid foundation on which to build. Then you've got the 2 fours, which gives you 8. 8 is it's business, it's finance, it's acquisition of property and investments through having it's the ability to achieve what you want in the practical, physical, manifest world, and it's a very, very prosperous number. It's a very, very prosperous energy. It talks about wealth, it talks about abundance, but it also talks about karma. So remember that whatever you do this week, whatever you start, whatever you... Shut up, Siri. Bloody hell. What happened there? So whatever you do this week with this newfound power, this newfound energy, be sure to rule as opposed to oppress and dictate. Don't do that. Use this energy wisely and it will bless you and yours continually from here on in. I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. I hope these messages have helped you in some way, shape or form. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Would love you forever for it. Also, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can do so on the email address below. And if you would like to donate to the Radiant Reality family, we would love you forever for it. Thank you so much. Take care and I will see you soon.